Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the today's video, we are going to continue our last tutorial, and into the last tutorial we have created the method such that save user method which saves the data into our database. So now I am going to create the logic behind this submit button of the login frame. That is, here also I have to create one method such that which can fetch out the user by just taking argument as email and password and return that user. So for that purpose I have opened the user DAO class, and into that class I am going to create a method such that which takes the argument as email id and the password and returns the user object, that is, it returns the user. So let's create public user entity, which you can see that, and let's name it as get user by email and password, and let's get user by email and password. So and this method take the two arguments which is email id and the password. So let's write it string email, and second argument is string password. So now into that first of all let's create the user type variable, that is user object, users entity object, users u, and first of all set it to the null. Very first set it to the null, and then it should be return. You can see that return type should be return. Here you can see that because this method returns the user object. So initially it is a user object is null. After you can see that now I am going to create the query firing the SQL query, MySQL query, which is select star from users, which is our database table, and where the email id is equal to question mark, that is this is the placeholder, and password 2 which is as name as into the database. So pass 2 which equal to what, that is a placeholder, and that replaced with prepare statement instance or object. So let's create the prepare statement instance, and connection dot let's prepare statement for our query which we have just written. Into the bracket you have to write the query. Okay, now I am going to replace that placeholders by this psmt dot set string at the first position email. What I have to replace the email, which is argument of this method, and similar way in the second is password, which is the second argument of this method. So yes, here you can see that. Now this all things I have to put it into the try catch block because their exception can be caught here. So let's try catch here. I have to caught the exception, that's why it's saying like this red mark and all. So here you can see that catch exception I have. Now here you can see that now I am going to create the result set object, that is result set object. For that purpose to store the result of this query, to fetch out that I am going to use the psmt dot execute query, and the result of this is going to be inserted into the result set object. So if such a kind of the user found with that specified email id and password, that is rs.next, that is into the result set, there should be some value come. So here you can see that if rs.next, so now I am going to assign that value whatever I got to the user object which we have created previously, users entity object. So user is equal to new user, I am going to create that user equal to new user, and here you can see that. So that value I have to set, so that value I have to set from to the user object. So how do I, so first of all let me create the variable. Suppose I'm going to create a variable as a variable I have created the variable's name, and from the result set I have taken that value, and that value store by set name method to the user object. Similarly, I am going to here you can see that I am going to set the email, that is user dot set email, and into bracket I have written result set dot get string, that is I have got from the database, that is into the result set. You can see the into the result set dot get string, and into this column name you have to write into the database table. So get string and in bracket email, and similarly user dot set password 1, and into the bracket result set dot get string password 1. Okay, so that I have just I have done only from I have getting the value from the result set and set to the user object here. So that's it, our work has been done. Now let's go to action perform method of that submit button, and here you have to create two variables, which is string email, and you have to fetch out the value, that is from this text box. Variable name, first of all let me change, which is text email, and password let me write as text password or text pass1, and go to that method. So let write as string email equal to text email dot get text, and similarly for the password also I am going to done. So string password equal to text password pass1 dot get text, whatever the text is written into that text box, that I have just get and store it into the some variable, email and password, that are variables. So now I have to check this values, so from whether this user found or not. So let's create the object of user_dow class. User_dow equal to new user_dow, and which takes the connection object which can be provided by connection provider dot get connection method, which we have created into the helper package. Okay, so here you can see that just import that here, and our work is done. Okay, now here I have to call that get user by email id and password method. So dow dot, let's call that method get user by email and password, and just pass the arguments of that which whatever we have got email and password from our front end. So as the method works, we got a user object, so let's create the users object also, and whatever the data I got from that user by email id and password method, that I am going to store into the user object. So here you can see that users u, and if I got something into that u, so here you can see that if u equal to null, suppose I haven't got anything into that u, that is which is written by the method. So I am going to just write a message like that, a dialog box like that. So user not found, that is we have not found the user which specified that email id and password, that it means. And now you can see that into the else part, that is we got that user with that email id and password. So similarly I have going to write a message like joptionpan dot show message dialog, and let me write the email id into the dialog box, so that that email id is registered email id, as you can see. And here you can see that this is the demo frame, you can see that home screen, and I am going to navigate to that home screen to create the home screen by creating that object. Here you can see that, and this dot set visible false, and that frame home screen must be open after successful login. So h dot set visible true. So without wasting a time, our code has been done. Now without wasting a time, let me try to run this so that you can understand properly whether I successfully created this project or what. So let's go to the registration frame, and I am going to register the one new user into that. So this is the registration frame which will appear in front of you. Here you can see that. So let's wait, and yes, it get appear. So here I am going to create a new user into our system, which is the I am giving the name, email ID also I am given. Okay, and here you can see that password I am going to set confirm password. I have to rewrite that. Click on submit. Here you can see that data is inserted successfully. So now just run the login module and try to enter our registered email ID and password which we have just registered. So right click on this file, click on run file, and it will be appear in front of you. So let's see login module is working or not. So here you can see that frame is open, and let suppose first of all let me add a wrong email ID which haven't registered, and wrong password also I have written, and when I click on submit button, no user will be found. That is, our code is right exactly. Now I am going to correct email ID and the password, and when I click on submit button, you can see that the email ID is going to be printed into the dialog box, and when I click on OK, you can see that the home screen of our project, dummy home screen of our project is going to be appear in front of you. So here you can see that we have successfully coded our login and registration module. You can see that. So that's it all about our tutorial.